Cobra ka salute. This is my 100 number video. Like always and every time with a very important and this time a very interesting subject. The subject on which I'm going to speak today is rakshak Sena, the cow protection people, the Bajrang Dal, the Hindu protection Sena. I have nothing against the campaign, but I'm only commenting and talking about their approach. I would be taking the name of Christianity, Christians and Muslims. I have nothing against them. That is their what is happening. It is a general happening which is going around in India. I am going to talk about it today. As my video progresses, you will come to know everything. After seeing my video, if you have not subscribed till date, please do subscribe, write comments, like and share, because I make all my videos with a lot of research, lot of dedicated study. I meet people, I see all these, how it is happening, and what I'm talking, I go and see on ground that where I'm commenting, I should not go wrong. My studies, I keep on studying on number of subjects, and I select one of the subjects for that month to talk. I can speak at length for hours together, but since it is for public viewing, I cannot carry on with long discourse. So I limit my video to a certain timing so that you enjoy what I'm telling you. But I have to be precise, brief, and make you understand everything. What I'm talking today, you may not have heard anywhere. No TV channel would have told you, neither you would have thought. I will give you a perspective where your perception will change about this entire issue. Coming on to the subject, this rakshak Sena, the Gau Mata protection, the Hindu Bajrang Dal, and all these youth who are highly energized, who are highly motivated, and who keep going, tracking. If you see their video, they make a lot of reels, videos, Facebook posts where they are chasing a truck. Then they put the spiked platform to puncture those trucks, highly dangerous. The truck may topple. Then they are on a jeep chasing them. The circus they do, they think they are some army soldiers, which they are not. Army, we people are trained, we can do all these things. We are protected, we are looked after, but they are getting into all this nonsense. And through grandiosity for their only to get accolade, make their reels very popular. They get millions of followers, uneducated followers, and they think they are doing a yeoman service for Hinduism. In fact, they are destroying the complete cause of Hinduism. They do not know, they are not organized, they do not have any brain, they have no system where they should see where is the things are going wrong, where things should be stopped. They're carrying on, and they have followers who themselves have no brain, and they think that, and no, but they're not stopping. They embarrass the police because they embarrass the Hindu government wherever they are. I don't know why who has advised them to do this. They are absolutely wrong in their approach. Now, these rakshak and rakshak people, it's a very revered animal. Hindus worship cow. They pray cow, they will never harm any cow. So when they see somebody slaughtering and eating these cows, they feel bad. But we cannot stop Muslims and Christians because they eat beef. That is their dish, their delicacy. So it's a very precarious situation where where living in one place, and but it is a Hindu majority country. So I request and think that cow slaughter and killing can be stopped if people wants to live in harmony, because Hindus are harmless. Now, these people are only at the gate targeting these cow in a truck which is going. Some information they get from from sources, not a very depth information, and they beat them and they rescue those cows, and then thereafter they don't know where to take those cows. They do not realize that the cows are being sold to these Muslims and Christian slaughterhouse farrier who are taking that in their truck are by Hindus only. Because only Hindus keep cow in India. The Christians don't keep cows. They do not have the fashion of keeping cows. The Muslims keep goats. So it is Hindu farmers who keep cows. And when the cows reaches a stage and a state where there is no milk production, but the consumption of fodder and food is as big, as huge as it when she was young and giving milk. It continues. So it is unbearable. They cannot bear the cost of 1, 2, 3, 20, 30 cows which get with only eating and giving no production. So they should rightfully send it to the Gaushala. But the Gaushalas are highly corrupt. They're very limited. It is not in plenty, so they don't know. They say tomorrow we'll take, day after we will take. So ultimately they sell these cows to Muslims or these slaughter people. They sell it in the night. They get good cost because they have to take by secretly. And the cows the trucks get caught and all this nonsense starts. So these Gau Rakshak stalwarts, the front runners, the soldiers who claim to be front soldiers, have not studied this aspect. The cows are coming from Hindu farmers only. Now, secondly, they have turned their back. The cow protecting Sena, which goes violent, which starts fighting. These truck chaps are only drivers. They have been hired by these people, slaughterhouses, to get those cows. Secondly, a very important aspect that they have these people who claim to have a number of millions of followers. They do not look back and see that behind the rare portion of followers are getting converted to Christianity. Why? Because these the Christian pastors who have targeted these Hindu innocent people from Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, maybe Telangana, Andhra or MP, and they are converting them to Christianity for various reasons. That's a big subject. Why they're getting converted? Because there is no proper education by any Hindu leader who claims to be a Hindu leader, but he does not go into the jungle, into these people and tell them, educate them about goodness about Hinduism. That it is total divide. It is void is there, and nobody is taking interest. So these pastors come, motivate them, and convert them to Christianity. So now conversion to Christianity is a debatable subject. People will say no, it is their wish that they are getting converted. But these Hindu front runners who are protecting Hinduism do not realize that the beef eating population of India is increasing. The Muslims eat beef, the Christians eat beef, and by protecting, saving 20, 30 cows at the gate, you are doing no service. So why don't they go and educate the farmers who are selling these cows to the slaughterhouses? Why don't they go and educate these Hindus not to get converted to Christianity? Because once they are converted to Christianity, they are perforce given beef as a delicacy, because that is the biggest issue which will divide them so that they cannot go back to Hinduism. It will divide Hinduism and these are newly converted Christians because they start eating beef and leave all other delicacies. So it is a big racket which is going on. It is a big system which is going on, which these front runners are totally oblivious. They do not know what is happening behind them. And they are not achieving any results except advertising their name and selling their leaves and Instagram reels. Now, from where are these people getting funds? The pastors and people who are converting them to Christianity. The complete Punjab is now has converted to Christianity. All these people have to convert. Why are these people targeting these selected states? There's a reason behind it. Now earlier, I'll tell you about the funds later. Now let's see. Earlier, in Europe and America, the Christians have stopped going to the church. By birth Christians, the youngsters have stopped going to the church. They say it's a waste of time, otherwise from Sunday to evening you have to sit there. So now the parents who are, as a system, the kids do not stay with the parents. The parents are alone, old parents, grandparents. Their only pastime is go and sit in the church, eat food, free food, and stay there. They are the only people who are going to the church. But there is nobody to work to polish the church, to keep those churches in the best form of spick and span and shining and beautiful. There is no staff to run that. They are not the deacon, the lowest staff of the church. The deacon staff is not there. So is it with Vatican, so is it with America, so is it with Europe. So what they did, when this happened, the church people funded, they got funders, and they went to Africa, the most primitive, poor continent, where these poor blacks were below poverty, much below poverty line. They converted them to Christianity. They gave them the place of respect from the jungle foot with no hut, no roof on their head. They did not know the water supply. They had no milk. They never drunk milk. They had not taken there some jungle product they used to eat. So they brought them, converted to Christianity. They brought them to the church, gave them a respectable deacon this position. They are the staff of the church. They took them to church, and they were made to do all these trivial jobs, the menial jobs. Keep the Vatican shining, they keep the church shining, and they were given some position, raised to some position, because the highest position is bishop, then pastor, then priest, then pastor, and there's deacon. This happened, but over a period of time, these blacks also saw the glitter of West, the prosperity and progress in America. So they said, why not? We should also taste it. So they gradually started drifting into this attractive lifestyle of Americans and Europeans. They also left the church. Now again, there is a void. There is nobody in America to look after the church. The big monuments which they have created, huge monuments, attractive monuments, beautiful monuments, the churches there in Europe and America. So now they realize which place to go. So they thought about India, because the British have ruled India. They realized that this is the only place where the people are divided on caste, color, creed. They are not one. It is unfortunate in the Indian army there is on caste basis regiments are there. It should stop forthwith. It should be pure Indian regiments. There should not be caste based regiments, because it is very dangerous. So they saw that this is the only place where you can fool people and attract people and give them some greed. You fulfill their greed, they will follow you. So they went into these places. They went to Punjab, because in Europe and America there are nobody to till their land. There are no farm workers. So they converted the Sikhs to Christianity, so they can go work in the farm. Because if they take them as labor, they'll have to pay them. But if they take them as Christians, they will work in the name of God. They will come free and a good lifestyle. They started converting these Indians, and gradually they are being taken to church. And these Indians thought, oh, they'll get a good life. They will go to America. If he was a cobbler, he was a low worker. Suddenly he was given a place of respect, Mr. So and so, and they started giving. So this transformation gave him a lot of pride that he's being given some elevation in his life. This is where these Gau Rakshak people have gone, not putting their attention. They should go and give the same respect what these the pastors are giving to these poor people. If you give them respect, if you give them little bit good lifestyle, they will never go. They will never go, because they are innocent, hardworking Hindu Indians. But you have totally neglected them. You don't go to them. You're only catching cows, cow ko nahi khana, cow ko nahi khana. When there is no system to dispose of these cows, surplus cows, you're only targeting the front portion, and back what is happening you are not addressing at all. This situation will go out of control. Once this happens, these Christians will be controlled by Vatican from the West, and if you tell them to vote, they would listen to their only the church boss. You do whatever you want. They will be in India but not follow you. So before that stage comes, you please educate. You don't have to beat them, force them, and you please go and look after what they want. Why are they going to Christianity, and why not we should keep them here? Only small need is there. Now, for all this thing, when the conversion takes place, huge funds are required. Earlier, these funds were coming through NGOs. NGO like aid, the American AIDS, it's a development program where NGOs are funded. There are different NGOs which are going as sponsored by UNO. They go to countries, all these underdeveloped countries. Now India is a developed country. for roads, for water conservation, water supply, for gardening, for this various subjects. They have been selected, they have been targeted, they have been given. They go to these villages and educate. They are supposed to educate people to harvest water, to how to cultivate, how to use light, how to do hygiene, wear clothes. But on ground, they're distributing, they're diverting the funds into conversion, because all these funds are being given by multi-millionaires like George Soros, Ford Foundation, by Bill Gates, and all these people have got vested interest. So they were funding and doing all this nonsense in India. The present government of India caught them, and all the funds were regulated. Now they have to send fund. They have to send to one bank in Delhi, and from there it will be distributed to Mr. A. It cannot be given for any other work to Mr. B. Will be utilized by Mr. A only for that particular job. So now they are restricted. They are suffocated. They are unable to provide any fund. The funds have also stopped coming in those NGOs. They gradually started withdrawing. Now, so what other source these funds should come to them? The West relies. The most important source, very secretive, very subvertive, very intelligently crafted source, is reels, the Facebook post. So you would see a tribal girl only showing her legs or shaking her boob, the bottom. She's getting millions and millions of followers and thousands of dollars through those reels. A chai wala, a samosa wala on a remote place, suddenly he's been elevated and glorified and he's started getting funds. You do anything, you give any intelligent talk, anything, your followers will not increase. The followers overnight are organized, they are systematically organized and increase. They are given fund because they are very popular, the reels are made popular. The chaiwala who suddenly overnight became a celebrity, he's got a 4 crore, 8 crore rupees bungalow or a Porsche and this and that, all managed by a systematic office organization of these funders. His income tax return, this return, everything is managed. Now, Bill Gates came to his very place from all the way to America to him. Why? Because he's funding him. Otherwise, why should somebody come? If government of India is genuinely funding something, the Prime Minister will not go to each and every place. All the people in the world, they are funding. He came there because he wants to use the chaiwala for a larger big role. Now this and there. So the 10 rupees which is given to this chaiwala or these real popularity, 8 rupees, 2 rupees are given for his use. 8 rupees are taken away by them and funded for these reasons of conversion of Indian population for a larger role. Because once they are converted, the Indian government control over these people would go away, because they'll be directly controlled by Vatican and all those foreign agents. So these Gau Rakshak people, kindly organize yourself, do course correction. You may be doing a good job. It's so same goes for those Babas who are roaming around. Hindu desh banayenge, Hindu desh banayenge. Hindu desh only you can make if you keep all these poor people who are getting converted motivated, looked after. By looking after one section of people and only who follow, who are rich, who follow you in car, who call you all over, you are not doing yeoman service for Hinduism. You may keep claiming your age will go away, Hindu race banayenge, Hindu ras banayenge, but please concentrate on these poor people. Why are they getting converted to Christianity? Why are Sikhs glorified, that qawm, that class, that breed which is so brave, is now getting destroyed. They are with pagdi, with Punjabi lifestyle. They are now Christians. Their pride is gone. Their complete glorious history is gone. They are getting converted. Why? What is the reason? And in spite of the government looking after them, so there is something wrong somewhere. Something is missing, which these front runners of Gau Rakshak or Hindu Protection Sena should target, should study and address. Then only the cow slaughter and the beef eating would go away, because the beef eating crowd would become less. You do not give any reason for the beef eating population to increase. That is the only way to control and keep Hindus. You don't have to fight anybody. You don't have to kill anybody. You only have to use your brain and only have to educate. For that, you have to go out, sacrifice. Not that, I mean, you hold a truck, relieve cows, and come and have a nice drink, daru and TV and glorify yourself. Go do your course correction, otherwise your complete efforts are going waste. Cobra ka salute.